We've been asked for a long time to model clothing, and it's just been like one of those things where it's a whole nother, you know, it's like a process to do and to get things planned out and what works with what and find a good model. So we're happy now that we're taking that first step, getting our foot in the water, and then we can go from there.
Absolutely.
This is harder than I thought it would be, but we got a few fits down. It's coming together. We're kind of figuring out the flow of all this, and I'm kind of excited doing this. I want to do this more often. But we're cruising.
It'll be cool that after this we can create some sort of a lookbook, so that way we have poses to go off of rather than us being like, yeah, just start turning.
Yeah, and then like we can start planning these ahead of time and then doing the more prep for seasonal drops too. Again, it's like high You're getting a sneak peek at our new price tags. Or how about like you're checking out your jacket, like you're opening up one side, open up the other side so we don't have the tag. Yeah. All right, what's up everybody? You saw yesterday we did our first little photo shoot and that was a lot of fun. The photos are up now on Instagram, so let us know if you like those. Gavin and I were just talking a second ago and we're trying to figure out what we can downsize in here, what we're going to change to have less product in here so we can pull some of the Z racks or the 2-tier racks, get those in here that are from the other room and convert that into like a back space, like a kick it space. Even though we definitely cannot fit all the stuff in there in here, it's just what can we start to pull from there to create more room so we can get like a couch and a fridge and more stuff over there to have a break room kind of setup. So as you can see, we got lots of pants. Again, these were all of our line pants. These are the 26 through 32, which we have a good amount of 32, which is nice. It's a good size to have. We got, this is all the 34s. And then this is all the 36s, and they're kind of like all they were somewhat organized before, but we're gonna kind of sift through them and see what's what, separate them by denim and corduroy and slacks and stuff like that. And then also we're gonna be pulling a lot of the cords that are on the floor now and swapping them for slacks because we feel like we'll sell more of those. We pay attention to how many jeans we sell, how many pants we sell, but we group slacks and corduroys as pants. It might be worth eventually in the future separating those in our back end when we make the sale to have better log, but for another day. So yeah, just trying to figure that out now. But we got a lot of pants.
We got pants.
Don't bring us 34 and 36s unless they're gas, unless they are super duper cool.
Or Carhartt.
Or Carhartt, or vintage. But create the plan for what we're gonna do to ship this down to 2 racks. These are all the short spins. Then we have more short spins here, which I want to figure out how we can squeeze them onto here, especially right now because we're not going to have, this is all a second bin. This is shorts, 34 to 35 waist, and a second bin, which you see they're flipped over because we've put out shorts now. We put them out at the end of February, so we don't have that many in back stock because they're moving. So this can be ever changing to where we can just get rid of these bins for now and start like maybe even putting the insulateds on the side or whatever. So yeah, just figuring that out. And we'll see what we come up with. For anyone that doesn't know, vintage Levi's usually come with a paper tab. Usually they'll be like, well, these ones are 2001. You can tell by the 1001 number. So technically still vintage, as a lot of people state vintage as being 20 years old or older. Some people say has to be pre-2000. Some people say has to be like pre-World War II, but that's a good way to tell if your vintage or if your Levi's is gonna be a good pair and they're gonna be a sturdy material. It has this paper tab, whereas all of the modern ones, all these modern ones have a very different look to them. They have this like synthetic tag. Here's the first pair that I'm gonna get rid of. It is these Dickies. These are actually vintage, made in USA Dickies. They have a different tag. Typically the modern Dickies have like a big black Dickies patch, I think right below the pocket, but this one has this like smaller hang tag Dickies. But like these just don't do that well for us, and you can get them so cheap. I think you can get them for like 20-25 bucks from Walmart brand new. So it's like, for us, it's not really worth putting out. Some people might be able to get some money for this because they are older, but for us, it's not really worth it. So it will be getting donated. Also, another thing that we do, just to help the customer have a better experience and find a pair that fits them nicer, is that when you look at these, it says they're, I don't know if you can see with the light, it says it's a 38 waist by 32 length, but depending on how often the person washed them, how they washed them, if they stretched them out, just wore them for years and years, and they kind of got looser, the size will change. Typically, more so the inseam, or more so the waist than the inseam, but like these say they're 38, we measured them, and we came out to a 37, and the inseam still being the same 32 inch length. So just a nice way to help the customer find a pair that hopefully fits them better, and they're not just randomly looking at the size 38s, but some are a true 38, some are a 37, some are stretched out to a 40 or whatever it is. So I'm contradicting myself a little bit. These are also Dickies. These are a more modern pair, I'd say 2000s. This color is beautiful. I mean, out of all these pants we have back here, we don't have anything else really this similar of a color. So even though I'm ditching these vintage blue ones, I'm gonna keep these ones, especially because it's a slightly more desirable size for us. These are a 36 waist, with the Dickies that we're getting rid of are 38. So 34 to 36 is a pretty big drop off in how fast they move for us, and especially 36 to 38. So with these being a less desirable color, a bigger size, although they are vintage, donating those, these I will keep. And that's kind of the fun thing with all this, is that even though we don't really care about like just only doing vintage stuff, we mostly do vintage because that's usually the quality stuff. That's the stuff that's built to last. You can feel how durable the material is. The stitching is much better and that kind of stuff. But I'm passing on a vintage pair of Dickies for a more modern pair that's a better size, different color, and something that I like to see and I would like to have. Whereas these kind of would just get washed by the wayside because they don't stand out as much. So some vintage Lee jeans. They got a beautiful wash to them. It's very slept on brand. I have a pair, a black pair that's super faded that I wear all the time that I absolutely love. They have a really good straight leg fit to them. So if you're looking for a vintage pair of jeans, other than just Levi's, Lee is also a really good brand to look at. These came in recently. Not my cup of tea. I wouldn't wear these, but I still think they're sick. They kind of remind me of like those trippy dance pants, whatever they're called, trip dance pants, but they're actually South Pole brand, which is pretty cool. Definitely never seen a pair like this. They're always like denim, just baggy denim whenever I see them. So these are cool, unique, good wash to them. I like the detailing on the, not only on the pockets up here, but just a little bit of intricacy on the cargo. So these are cool. Not something you see every day. It's funny to me how brands like Gap have come back around and been like really trendy, and people are actually going and buying Gap hoodies and shopping at them regularly. But here is a pair of Old Navy corduroy carpenter pants. They got the belt loop and everything. I don't really know if someone would actually wear this to do construction or labor in because they're corduroy, but I guess they would keep you warm. I don't know. But these are crazy because they're nice and baggy. They got big pockets in the back. I'd probably say they're early 2000s. I'll show you guys the tag. The tag for reference, if anyone wants to let me know in the comments if they have more info than me. And that's the thing too, I'm no arbiter of old clothes or know everything about everything. The fact that we deal with so much stuff, we're not just like crazy on vintage Levi's, or we're not just crazy on like old polo stuff. It's like we deal in so many different categories. We try to learn as much as we can, but it's like it's such a little amount in such a wide, vast amount of categories and styles and things like that. But stuff like this, Old Navy, corduroy we like, carpenter we like, baggy we like. So even though they're not like a trendy brand per se, even though I feel like Old Navy is coming back low-key, it's in that same realm as like Gap and all of them. So we took these in, but these are definitely gonna bite the dust. These like multicolor cord pants, they're by Brooks Brothers, a 36 by 30. They're definitely modern, but I'm sure there's probably retail for crazy money. Brooks Brothers is a good brand. It's been around for, do they have it on the tag? Oh, sometimes they say like when they were established, made in Egypt. But yeah, I mean, these I'm not a fan of. I don't think these are timeless in the sense that someone might add these to their closet and then wear them for years and years and years. I can see someone getting tired of these, so these are getting out of here. We get these in fairly regularly. We have a bunch of different colors and styles too. I just saw a black pair. We had a blue pair. We got this gray pair. But these 90s Levi's slacks, and the tab is different. It's got like a black and gold tab, which is cool. Still has that paper tab, so that's how we know it's probably at the latest 2000, 2001, if not older. Right there off the tag, you see the 0298, right? Yeah, 0298. So these were manufactured in February of 1998. So cool, clean pair. They're like a breathable material. They got a little bit of give to them, but they're still like thicker. Stitching is always really great. Pretty much anything paper tab Levi's, you know you're gonna get a pair of pants that's gonna last you for years and years and years. So I like to see those come in. So we're in the process now of pulling all of our cords and get ready for the slacks. This is just half of the ones that Gavin grabbed. What do you think? What color should we prioritize if we're gonna put more slacks out?
Not tan.
You know, they tan moves?
Let me bring in the other stack and you can see how many tans we have. I feel like I just pulled the most. So just like looking at the racks, I feel like there's most of that tan color. Black and gray, because we don't see that many black jeans. Mm-hmm. So black, gray, and then
maybe like navy?
Lighter colors. Oh. No, I feel like navy could go either way, because we have a lot of, like, obviously blue and navy jeans.
Yeah. But also, when we posted on the story, asked people what they want to see more, they said denim. And so I think when you think, I feel like the majority of people that think denim are going to think blue. Let us know in the comments what you think. Denim is typically blue, but how many pairs of black denim, brown denim do you have? So
I think that's a fair statement.
So
I like greens.
Black and gray?
I feel like greens always do well.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I think I'll prioritize the blue because it's like a warmer color, I feel like. But yeah, I'm cool with more black. I think I'm trying to think now of like our what sold videos on Instagram and like what type of pant sells more, and I feel like it's black.
Yeah, 100%.
So
same way with shorts. The black jorts are always doing well.
Yeah, those are harder to keep stock. All right. So you already got the other stack folded up?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the other stack, and now I guess the lighter colors and the darker browns. Wow. Okay.
Now, like, these are the outlier because they're 44, but outside of that, it's mostly tans.
Shades of tan and brown. Let us know in the comments. Do you guys like tan and brown pants? If you're gonna, what are like your top 3 colors for pants? I would say for me it's probably black. Probably
black, gray, and green.
For me, brown or tan. I have a pair of green pants. I never wear them. What about you?
You have a pair of brown pants you never wear?
Tan pants I never. Oh no! Green. The green pair I don't
those
wear.
Brown ones you just got. You've worn 3 times in the last 4 days.
Dude, stop watching. if you could just like kind of get a rough ballpark number of each size, let me know, and then I'll pull them for you. What you think?
You want to just like look at them with me real quick so we can both like have a good telltale. So like we're good here, but like this, for example, right?
Yeah, lots of tan. Like, well, these are lots of cards.
Size that we
yeah, wow, there's still so much tan sprinkled in there, even though you just pulled a bunch.
I left a couple pairs of cords just because I know it's a more desirable size.
That's cool.
Just leave it and see what happens. It's not like we need a lot of blue anywhere other than 32, 26.
So prioritize black and gray, and then maybe green?
Yeah, I would say.
Okay. So I'm just gonna, maybe I'll just grab like 10 pairs total.
Yeah, and
then just fill in.
Start smaller, grab those colors, and then we'll see as we fill in.
Okay.
Because this is priority, and then as we sell less, I'm not super concerned with stuff.
Even right now, it's looking kind of full, to be honest. Like, I feel like we can go with not even putting any out.
Well, we just put out
the Carhartts. We pulled some too, but yeah, maybe I'll just do black and gray for today, and then we'll see how it looks. Yeah.
Tomorrow's gonna do well, and we can always reply.
Yep. Getting much done right now because literally I'll talk to you guys, stop the camera, do stuff for like 30 seconds, and then there's another thing I want to show you. So here's another pair of Dickie jeans, but they're double knee or double front style. Another great alternative if you're looking for double knee pants, that kind of aesthetic, but not pay for the Carhartt ones. And I feel like, to me, do I think double knee or double front pants are cool? Yeah. I'm not mad at it, but it's like, I feel like it's getting to a point where it's so played out. Like, every single company is making double knees, you know, all the streetwear brands are doing it, and it's just like, okay, it's not that, to me, it's not cool once everyone does it. Like, I remember when they first dropped Panda Dunks, even though I'm not a Nike guy at all, I don't pretty much wear anything Nike. I was like, it's a good silhouette, black and white shoe, can't go wrong, you can wear pretty much anything. But then it was like literally every third person I saw was wearing Panda Dunks, and I'm like, lamest shoe ever. So wear your unique style, find something that makes you stand out. Double knees, they're cool, but whatever. 2 people just came in to sell to us, and it was a pretty good little haul. Great color. Nice little. We got an audience too. This one's a nice little elk shirt. I love me my striped tees. It's like a towel material. Good little flower tee. More Harley.
You don't have to hold it up so high.
Sorry, I have that problem. Sometimes I just too. Okay.
You automatically think your arms have to go above your head.
Yeah. Cool in New York choppers. Even the front is just cool by itself. The colors.
I like the fact that it says New York on the front
Exactly.
too.
Yeah. Boom. Sleeve hits. More sleeve hits and flames. Los Angeles. I think this is maybe the second, third time getting cream.
Well, you get it every now and again.
This might not hit the racks. That might hit my closet.
You're not a Supreme guy.
How much for that one?
This one, we paid up for it for sure.
How much you got?
Is it a medium?
So it's a medium top, small bottom.
Yeah. I'm alone.
Yeah, this one's crazy. It's nice heavy too. Not every day Supreme comes in. You can't just tell me that and not tell the video.
It's not ours yet.
But it's in the works.
Yeah, it's in the works.
Okay, well, apparently, you know, this stuff just came in, but this is also a bag that came in that's still in communications. Everyone's bringing the streetwear today. All right, so that last hour in store was crazy. A lot of people came to buy, or well, a lot of people bought, but we also had a lot of selling and trading going on. So what you just saw, we just picked up, which is pretty sick. We don't get a lot of like true streetwear like that, so it's always nice to see. But to show you guys real quick what I did back here, because I didn't get a chance to finish off with that. So all the pants that were here and there are on here, but those are all the, we have all the 34 kind of like dress pants and then like cargos and stuff here. So a lot of the 34s still we need to move. All the 36 fit, but there's stuff we couldn't fit another one there if we wanted to. The 28s and everything's up there. Those are all the 30s, 32s, 34s, 36, 38s, and then 40s up there. And then I'm gonna move all of these onto here, and then boom, now we went from 3 racks to 2. And even though this is all jam-packed now, the goal is to not let it get this packed, be more picky, try to get more vintage stuff, because we do like our good modern brands, but we want to get more of that stuff you don't typically see every day. But yeah, we closed down the shop, but I came back in because I grabbed a couple bags of stuff we're looking to donate. Those pants from earlier that are getting donated, so I just wanted to get these out of here, so it's one less thing to have in here and worry about come tomorrow, Saturday. If you guys like these videos, let me know, leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, if you have any other things you want us to cover or any other questions you have, things like that, let us know. I enjoy making these types of content for you guys. So see you later.